Did you know that when you're traveling through the air, you may be exposed to more radiation? Well, don't panic, because we're going to take you through why that's okay. Firstly, have you ever thought about how much radiation an average person is exposed to? On average, people are exposed to about 3.5 millisieverts of radiation a year. Don't worry, at this dose level, the amount of radiation you received all year round is relatively low and harmless. But where does this radiation come from? Well, half of it comes from artificial sources like X-rays and CT scans, while the other half originates from natural sources such as cosmic radiation. To answer the question of why we may be exposed to more radiation when we travel through the air, let us first explain what cosmic radiation is. Cosmic radiation is produced when high-energy subatomic particles that originate from the Sun or outer space eventually bombard the Earth's surface. Fortunately, the Earth is shielded by a magnetic field in the Earth's atmosphere, deflecting most of the cosmic rays and protecting us from harm. Though sometimes cosmic radiation does sneak past the Earth's magnetic field. Now, the amount of cosmic radiation exposed to an average person can vary depending on factors like altitude. Since the atmosphere shields us from radiation, being higher up in an airplane where the atmosphere is thinner results in less protection. There are also other factors that contribute to how much more radiation one is exposed to while in the air. The first is the duration of the flight. The longer you're up in the air, the more radiation you're receiving. The second is the latitude. A plane farther north or south from the equator of the Earth will receive greater amounts of radiation due to less magnetic deflection by the Earth's magnetic field. That was a lot of information, but ultimately, how does this affect you? Well, if you don't travel too often, the exposure to radiation in one flight is insignificant. Even if you're a frequent flyer or a flight crew member, on commercial flights, the amount of cosmic radiation received will hardly exceed 1 millisievert per year. So as long as you're not flying too close to the sun, you should be just fine.